You know the reason why some of you are still laboring to get married is because you are not willing to accept the wedding that God is ready to make for you. That's why. Yes. A certain king made a marriage for his son. So, any wedding that God wants to make for me, I am his son, I will take it. It is because you have other plans. That's why you are going into debt. That's why you are borrowing money. I got married I had no salary. I had no income. Because I was doing full-time ministry. I was volunteering for an organization. And what they were giving me as allowance was not enough to pay my bike fare to and fro where I was. When I started there, they were giving me 2,500. That was far, far less than what I earned as a core member serving Nigeria. At least that gives you some context, right? So there was nothing except that God has said to me. The whole wedding thing began a year before that year, in April. I was preaching a vigil, and I gave a word. I said, there are two persons here. God says he will marry for you miraculous, supernaturally. And that one of that wedding will be June next year. I left there after preaching. I went to use the restroom. As I was coming back from the restroom, God now said, you remember that word about marriage supernaturally? I said, yeah. He said, you know that one about June? I said, yeah. He said, that's for you. This is April. At that time, I don't even know who I'm going to get married to. I was not engaged. So I said, June next year? He said, yes. It took me almost 2 weeks to come to terms with that word, to believe it. I kept wrestling. It settled. So when it settled, that's now when I started telling people that my wedding will be June next year. Say, hey, who is the lucky lady? I said, we'll find out. I said, we'll find out. We eventually found out. And we had our wedding in June. This is deliverance for somebody. Go and marry. And stop wasting. You'll be doing this thing so that when you are 50, your firstborn will be going to crèche. Go and marry and stop wasting her time. Huh? How can you keep one daughter of Sarah waiting for 9 years? What exactly is the problem? Say you are waiting for things to set to what? If you are single and you are not starving, and she's single and she's not starving, why do you think that when both of you now come together in that one room, you now suddenly start starving? What's your problem? What's your problem? Come, if you are around, one of the midweek services on Wednesday, we carve out 15 minutes. We join you people. When you finish, you stand there and appreciate the people from the bottom of your heart. And let everybody go back the same way they came. They came by keke na pep. Let it take them back. However, they came to church. So, if you are young man, I want you to hear me very well. This is the point. If you are willing to take the wedding that God is prepared to make for you, you will never need to go into debt to get married. It is when you think you have superior ideas to the plans of God. And I want you to know that when you send yourself on an errand, God will not be responsible for your upkeep. Yes. God sends grace in the direction of his word. So if God hasn't sent you to go do it, you are on your own. I've known people that by the time their firstborn was going to crèche, they had not finished paying the debt that they owed on account. I know a man that was paying wedding debt 4 years. 4 years after the wedding. He was still paying debt. Who did this to you? Who are you trying to impress?